This is CBN NewsWatch.
And thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ephraim Graham. Today we are looking at Florence as it storms ever closer to the Carolinas, bringing with it powerful winds and potentially deadly storm surge. We'll look at this potential impact and we'll have a report from North Carolina on the people there as they get ready. Plus, is there bias against conservatives and Christians in social media? One group says it's going to start tracking that issue and looking at the tragic shooting death of a worship leader in Texas. We've got that story today as well. But we begin with the Hurricane Florence. It's the calm before the storm as Florence closes in on the Carolinas. The monster storm has been downgraded to a Category 2 but still poses a serious threat. Forecasters are predicting a storm surge that could reach 13 feet in some places and up to 40 inches of rain. Meantime, the time to evacuate is running out. At Fort Bragg in North Carolina, the 82nd Combat Aviation Brigade has moved out, and in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, hospitals are racing to evacuate patients. Another concern are nuclear power plants and other reactive areas in the Carolinas. Along with governors and area officials, President Donald Trump had this warning for people in the storm's path.
Get out of its way. Don't play games with it. It's a big one. It's called Mother Nature. You never know, but we know.
Forecasters say don't be fooled by Florence's newly downgraded Category 2 status. Just to give you some perspective, Superstorm Sandy was a Category 1 when it reached land in 2012. As Florence closes in, more than 1 million were ordered to leave their homes, and they are scrambling to finish last-minute preparations. CBN's national security correspondent Eric Rosales brings us this story from the storm zone in North Carolina.
Time is running out to evacuate safely, and emotions are running high.
This beautiful beach here, you can't imagine what it's going to be like when we come back. It's in God's hand, and we don't know why things happen, but they do, and we can't control any of that.
Here in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, it is definitely the calm before the storm. The sun is out, the wind is blowing a bit, but it's definitely not the weather that you'd predict with a Category 3 hurricane just a few hundred miles off the shoreline. A number of people have heeded the warning and have packed up their belongings and headed off, but some are deciding to stay.
We're all boarded up. We got our shutters shut and plywood on the windows, and we're kind of battened down, and we got enough for over a week, water and whatnot.
So you're actually going to ride it out in your home?
Oh, we are. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
We're expecting a number of supplies that will be used by our volunteers to kind of assist the victims of the storm in the aftermath.
Churches and faith-based organizations are gathering supplies to help care for those who will be displaced after the massive storm leaves its mark.
We have a number of feeding units which are capable of feeding tens of thousands of people a day. We can have laundry units which also help with some of the immediate needs of the storm. We also have volunteers who stand ready with chainsaws and other equipment to help.
Others turned to social media and held live prayer sessions asking God to cause Hurricane Florence to lose strength.
Before it was over with, had about 1,600 people that were have been a part of praying with us about Hurricane Florence.
And for a closer look right now at where Florence is going, Chief Forecaster for Weather Bell Analytics, Joe Bastardi, joins us. So Florence downgraded now to a Category 2. Do you expect it to gain or lose strength today?
Well, I think it's going to gain some strength today, but keep in mind what we're looking at here is a storm that's expanding its wind field. Let's understand what the Saffir-Simpson scale says. It's looking at the maximum wind speed anywhere in a storm. And if you, for instance, suppose you had 115-mile-an-hour max winds and you're a Category 3, but that's only 10 miles wide. Is that storm worse than a storm that has 100-mile-an-hour winds, but they extend out 100 miles from the center? You got to understand, so the storm has spread out. It's a bigger storm. Hurricane force winds are going to be extending out 75, 100 miles to the northeast and 50 to 100 miles to the southwest of the center. So it's a 200-mile diameter of hurricane winds, whether the center winds are as strong as what they were. It has weakened a little bit. I actually had an explanation for that yesterday. I put on weatherbell.com's blog about it looked like it was getting distorted some by a little bit of dry air feeding into the storm, and also the unusual configuration of the sea surface temperatures. Usually you don't have warmer water to the northwest, and that may have been competing for the convergence at the center. In other words, that when these bands get over the warm water way out in front of the hurricane, they take energy away from the center of the storm. That being said, as it gets to the coast, or it gets closer to the coast, it should converge a little bit more. And when you get more convergence and air piling in at the center, it's probably going to wrap up. It's a bigger storm this morning than it was yesterday, but it's sort of like arguing whether you got a fullback running the football or a tailback that's running the football. A tailback's a lot faster, but the fullback, if he hits you, is still going to pack a real punch. So there's no backing down on the magnitude of the storm in relation to where it's going to hit. Now, there is some disagreement, mainly with me and a little bit, that I think this storm is going to really slow down and turn southwest along the coast. A lot of the modeling, and the U.S. modeling, and certainly Hurricane Center, is bringing it inland further north. And I certainly, later on today, we have to see if this slowing down trend and the turn more to the southwest looks more apparent. But the fact is, for instance, you folks in Wilmington, you're going to be under a siege for 1 to 2 days of hurricane-force wind gusts. And there's going to be 3 to 4 feet of rain in some places because of this. And so for the area, I think from Cape Lookout all the way down to Myrtle Beach and to about 50 miles inland, this is the equivalent of what Harvey did in around the Houston area as far as the rainfall goes. And the wind along the coast, it's going to rival any hurricane that's hit in there, especially that area from Cape Lookout to Cape Fear.
So bottom line for us right now, you say that people should not be fooled. Florence is still the beast that it was advertised to be.
Yes, absolutely. You know, it's interesting in the calls you have to make when you are at the National Hurricane Center, because you have certain, literally it's a Category 2 according to the Saffir-Simpson scale. My power and impact scale that I developed 10 years ago after Ike. Remember, Ike went in as a Category 2, but anybody that experienced Ike in southeast Texas knows that was a major hurricane, right? As far as the damage, $25 billion of damage, and it was a fast-moving storm. So my argument is that, well, let's look at the overall power of the storm, and you can look at it on the cloud photograph. You don't need me to tell you. Just look at the cloud photograph. You can see it expanding like it is. So it's a big, powerful Atlantic hurricane coming right into North Carolina initially, and then we have to see whether it wants to turn back to the southwest and hug the coast all the way down to Charleston before finally making its way inland. It's every bit, when it's all said and done, it's going to be every bit what was advertised, in spite of the details, and the devil is in the details at the end game of any storm.
Indeed, indeed. Joe Bastardi, Chief Forecaster for Weather Bell Analytics. Again, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
CBN's Operation Blessing began making plans to help victims before Florence arrived at the U.S. East Coast and is preparing to move in as soon as the storm clears. Our Heather Sells brings us this look at how Operation Blessing and other Christian groups are getting ready to help those who will be in desperate need.
Disaster relief groups like Operation Blessing are positioning themselves up and down the East Coast right now, waiting to get more of a sense of where Florence will land.
We'll hold some back here in the Virginia Beach area if it's highly impacted here, and we'll pre-deploy somewhere in southeastern Virginia. We haven't chosen a place yet.
Virginia Beach-based Operation Blessing is one of a number of faith-based humanitarian groups watching Florence closely and getting ready to help those most in need. It plans to serve meals to volunteers and provide everything from emergency relief supplies to construction tools for rebuilding. Mercy Chef spent Tuesday loading 2 of its mobile kitchens, each of which can produce up to 15,000 meals a day.
That's our goal, is to be on site within 8 hours of a disaster and feed these incredibly dedicated men and women that give so much to their local communities.
Mercy Chefs is preparing to serve meals to first responders and those in shelters in its hometown area in Hampton Roads, Virginia, as well as North Carolina.
Mercy Chefs is used to running to the fight. We always run where the greatest need is. We're sort of a little back on our heels this time because the fight's coming to us.
Other faith-based groups like World Vision, Samaritan's Purse, and Convoy of Hope spent Tuesday loading supplies and sending trucks to states where Florence may hit and then unload. Some areas are getting ready for 2 feet of rain or more. The challenge right now, positioning resources in the most strategic locations. Florence is so wide, and the surge over the weekend could be so great that disaster relief groups are still waiting to make final decisions.
You want to put those folks in a place where you kind of catch the falling knife. You don't want them to be victims in the storm, but you want them to be able to get into the high impact areas as quickly as possible.
Still, all eyes are on North Carolina for now. Florence is expected to slam the coast there harder than any hurricane since 1954. Heather Sells, CBN News.
Here now is a look at some of the other major stories we're following for you today inside the CBN newsroom. The Vatican says Pope Francis will meet with U.S. church officials Thursday following new sex abuse and cover-up revelations. Cardinal Daniel DiNardo, the head of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, says he wants answers, and he is calling for the meeting with the Pope and other Catholic leaders. The meeting comes after revelations ex-Cardinal Theodore McCarrick rose through the church ranks despite allegations of sexual misconduct. DiNardo wants the Pope to authorize a full-fledged investigation on McCarrick. Liberal activists in Maine are pushing to derail Judge Brett Kavanaugh's nomination to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Maine People's Alliance and Mainers for Accountable Leadership have joined forces to push pro-choice Republican Senator Susan Collins to vote against Kavanaugh. The group has raised more than $1 million and are threatening to remove her from office if she votes in favor of him. In a statement to Newsmax, Collins says their efforts would not influence her vote. The American Center for Law and Justice delivered an oral presentation before the United Nations this week, urging them to help free American pastor Andrew Brunson. Brunson has been imprisoned in Turkey for nearly 2 years because of his Christian faith. Last month, the Turkish court denied an appeal to release the pastor. Now the ACLJ is pleading for his release. They claim Turkey is violating not only its obligations under the UN Charter, but its own constitution. The U.S. State Department is also working to bring Brunson home. Coming up, a community is searching for answers in the tragic shooting death of a young worship leader by a Dallas police officer. We've got the story when we come back. As we reported earlier this week, a tragic incident between a Dallas police officer and a young worship leader in Dallas left one person dead and a community longing for answers. Our Amber Strong is taking a closer look at this story.
Then a little light from heaven filled my soul.
Friends of Botham John are looking to God for strength.
My heart and love.
And so, Father, in this situation, this tragic situation, we ask for justice.
While community leaders want action after a tragic shooting involving a Dallas police officer.
We long for answers, and we're demanding for justice.
Officer Amber Geiger admits to shooting John, a 26-year-old worship leader, after mistakenly entering his apartment thinking it was her own. Geiger now faces manslaughter charges in the shooting. According to the arrest warrant, Geiger yelled verbal commands, fired 2 shots, striking John once. She then called dispatch, turned on the lights, and noticed she was in the wrong apartment.
The grand jury will be able to look at all aspects of this case, which will include anything from murder, manslaughter, or what have you.
Jessica Berry, who says she regularly sat next to John at the Dallas West Church of Christ, tells CBN News she's struggling to make sense of it all.
You can't believe that he's gone so suddenly in the way that he left this earth.
Berry credits John for helping her learn the true meaning of worship.
There wasn't a song that he sung half-heartedly. He believed in connecting with God during worship.
Berry says John would always be the first one to step up and lead. Now, she says it's her turn to step up.
The situation will not go away. It will not just become stale. Because both of them would not want that. If this happened to anyone else and both of them were still alive, he would still be talking about it.
Amber Strong, CBN News, Washington.
Up next, how one media watchdog is on the lookout for bias and even censorship on social media against conservatives and Christians and others. We're going to have that conversation when we come back. A new videotape obtained by Breitbart.com shows executives at Google in shock and lamenting Donald Trump's victory in a meeting shortly after the 2016 presidential election. But Google said in response that nothing was said at that meeting to indicate that bias influences its products and that its products are built for everyone. CBN News has brought you many stories of reported bias and censorship on social media, and the tech giants allegedly often bow to political correctness. CBN's Mark Martin spoke with Dan Gaynor with the Media Research Center about a special effort to track and expose the possible bias.
Tell us about this new Tech Watch initiative.
Well, what happened last year, my boss, Brent Bozell, came to me and said, he kept listening. We were interacting, talking about the problem that you all reported, many outlets reported problems conservatives have had on the various social media, Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, and others. And we wanted to dig into it. Been digging into it for some time. We released a major special report, massive special report back in April, and we've been following it more closely. And he decided that we really needed to make a firm commitment. The MRC is leading a coalition right now of conservatives against online censorship. And that coalition has about 40 different conservative organizations in it. And he thought we needed to really make a statement to show just how strongly we're pushing to defend the conservative movement on these platforms.
Well, Dan, break it down for us. How big is this problem?
As big as the world. And I don't say that jokingly. Facebook's got 2.2 billion followers on Facebook. Twitter is the most dominant news platform. So the people you find on there are think tank people, journalists, politicians. So to be censored off there, you're cut away from basically the people who are making news. YouTube is the #1 video platform, and Google is far and away the #1 search platform. So just those 4 outlets, and the conservative movement is cut off from reaching much of the world. If you expand it beyond them, and the problem does go beyond them, you're talking about the top tech companies basically having a net worth that is something akin to what a GDP that a major nation would have, one of the top couple nations of the world. It's staggering when you think about the trillions of dollars of worth that these organizations have.
Are they really hoping to silence conservative thinkers? And if so, should all Americans be concerned?
Well, all Americans should definitely be concerned. I'm increasingly seeing liberals be worried about this issue, too. And they is a very nebulous term. What's happened is there's a mixture of some policies that are deliberate, some things that are accidental, some things where you hire employees who are liberal and they enforce things with their worldview. So it's not this one ominous big brother. I think we all read Orwell. We were all concerned about that idea. It turns out Orwell it's not the giant government. It's companies in many cases that think they mean well. The #1 problem we keep running into for conservatives is this nebulous term hate speech. And the left thinks hate speech means we can silence anything we disagree with.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, when in reality, you can interpret almost everything they do any of a number of ways. The Facebook policy that includes the hate speech is 8,000 words long and then links out to another 2,600 words. It's insurmountable.
Well, how can folks learn more about Tech Watch, Dan?
Well, they should go to newsbusters.org. TechWatch has its own tab now. A lot of stories that we've been doing as part of our standard coverage are now placed there, but we've got a commitment to doing regular stories. And that's one of the many things that we're going to be doing as part of this ongoing effort.
All right, Dan Gaynor with the Media Research Center. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
Still ahead, see how CBN is helping Christians praise Jesus in the streets of Ecuador. We're going to have that story when CBN NewsWatch continues right after this. CBN International is in Ecuador praising Jesus in the streets. Every summer, hundreds of Christians parade through the streets for the March for Jesus event. This year, CBN's Orphans Promise helped to organize the march. More than 100 children from area Orphans Promise projects joined in the parade, where they danced and sang praises to God. Pastors from surrounding countries like Colombia and Argentina attended the event and are now planning to launch marches in their own countries in the coming years. You can find out more about what CBN is doing around the world by visiting cbn.com/international. Well, right now, it is time for your Thursday Thankful, and I hope you'll join me in this prayer of gratitude. Father, I sincerely thank you that I only have to chase after you, and in doing that, your blessings are drawn to me. Remember this, a life with a single focus on Christ is actually most fulfilling in all other areas. The Word of God says, "Seek ye first the kingdom, and all other things will be added unto you." With that single truth, I encourage you to make this an extremely thankful Thursday. That is going to do it for this edition of CBN NewsWatch. Remember, you can always find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues out at cbnnews.com. And we would love to hear what you think about the stories you've seen here today. You can do that by emailing newswatch@cbn.com. You can also reach out and touch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. While this concludes this portion of the newscast, remember the news continues 24/7 at cbnnews.com. We're updating that for you throughout the day, bringing you the latest in what's happening. Hope you'll join us again right here next time. Make this a thankful Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.